But not saying too much, let's get right into it. So as you can already tell, man, there's a lot going on. um yeah, man, let's focus on the vocals. I'm first of all gonna play it with all the effects on, so you know what I'm talking about. Then I'm gonna put everything off and then explain every effect and why I put it the way I put it, right? So let's get to it.
I don't feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Nigga fan for real love. Now they change. Now they change for real love. Yeah, no, don't even come down to.
Man, so that's just a little bit of something on how it sounds. So um let's get into it, man. So now I gotta put everything off, man. All right, man, we're back, and I've soloed out every track that we're gonna need. And man, before we start anything, bro, if there's any of these effects that I use here and you don't understand, like I don't explain well, and you want me to do a separate video on that effect alone, then man, you know what to do. Drop a comment. So first things first that I do, man, in every vocal that I edit is the gate, man. Like this is a noise gate. Like the purpose of this gate is like what it is, man. Like it takes out noise, like anything which below a certain amount of decibels is not gonna be sent out. You understand what I'm saying? So everything below negative 39 dBs for me, like breaths, background noise, and other kind of things, I want to take them out first thing before I even continue um working on the vocal. So that is settled. Now we gotta put auto tune, man, and 100, man. Make sure you got the key, the scale, and yeah, the key and the scale are the most important thing. And make sure you always put on F mode, right, to make it like a little bit human, because if you don't put on F mode, it's going to sound like a robot and kind of stuff like that. So yeah, next we got the EQ, right? For the EQ, I'm kind of taking out the low part of my voice, like the rumbling part and other kind of thing. Then I'm boosting the high end just a bit, right? So far, let's go on to the analyzer. This is how it should look like.
I don't feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Nigga fan for real love.
So you see, wait.
I don't feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Nigga fan for real love.
You can see what I'm talking about, man. So next, we got next. I went for man, but I went straight for another EQ, right? So as you can see, I was still taking a lot of the low end out, and I was still putting out the high end, like putting in some air into the vocal, right? So I did that, and let's see how the result is. Like I'm kind of going to put down. People might not hear it, but what I want you guys to see is visualize it, right? Visualize what I'm talking about.
I don't feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real
Right,
you.
you can see right here. You can see right here. Right, you can see right here. I was taking out that that low end, and then you can see I was bringing in the high end and some air into the vocals. Same thing. Let's move another EQ again, another EQ again. So I discovered that when I put in the graphic EQ, I took out a lot of the low end. So everything you got to do, you have to do it subtle, right? Like you have to put in the right amount of everything. So I did it too much on the it was too much on the graphic EQ, and then when I tried correcting it on the graphic EQ alone, it wasn't giving me the result that I wanted. So as you can see, every other band is at zero number. So here I didn't really do much on this one right here. I just increased a little bit of the high band a little bit, just like 2.8 dBs, and just like putting you know some air into the vocal. I was really going for like a crispy, like airy vocal, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you can see I'm just like making sure that I use a lot of EQs to like get the result that I want. So like that's one thing with FS to Mobile 2, man. Like you could be very creative and on trying to get what you want. So next thing I went for is a compressor, man. Like I said, anything you don't understand, man, make sure to drop a comment down below. So next thing is the compressor. So let's try with and without the compressor.
Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Like a fan, nigga. Fan for real. Nothing change. Nothing change for real. Oh, yeah. No, don't even come down to the hood no more. So you think you are no. So you think you are no.
So you see, man, like with the compressor, you see that the waves are more uniform, right? That's what the compressor does. Like it unifies everything. So next we had reverb. Next, I just put in reverb there, man. Like it was time for reverb, and I could feel it. So this is how it sounds with and without.
I don't feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Like a fan, nigga. Fan for real. Nothing change. Nothing change for real.
So I mean, pretty much, man. You know what we use reverb for, man. Just bringing like it should be like you're in a different room than the current room that you're actually recording in. You know that space behind and all that stuff. So next, man, I got in what delays, right? Normally you have to make sure that your BPM is always right. Your BPM should always be right if you want to get a good delay. Let me put the BPM on.
I don't feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Like a fan, nigga. Fan for real. Nothing change. Nothing change for real.
That's why we use the delay for, like those voices that you get after you've actually said the word. That's why we put the delay in. So next I had the leveler, and the only reason why I put this leveler here, man, is really nothing much. I wanted, let me put it like this. This is why I put the leveler right here. I wanted this. In fact, just watch, man.
I don't feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Like a fan.
Alright, so this was to take the leveler, like that move that you saw here. That's automation, right? If you don't know what automation is, there's a video on the channel that explains automation. So, and this one was like just set it back to 0 because you see it ended like in plus something, right? So this one here was just set it back to 0 decibels. So without it, this vocal is just going to jump right in, but I want it to come in slowly. That's why I put in the leveler. Alright, so this was just the analyzer when you analyze your vocals and all that kind of things. So this is useless for now, but it's very useful when you're analyzing, so you know what you're doing. Next, you can see I didn't send it to master, I sent it to effect 8, and here I put in the EQ again, because after all those effects, like it was kind of bringing in that low end again, so I had to take it out again. So
Feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Like a fan, fan for real. Nothing change.
alright, so you can see the vocal now is a little bit crispy, just the way I need it. And then we got de-essing. If you don't know how to de-ess, man, there's a video on the channel, man. Just go and check it. Main thing when you're doing de-essing, man, you're focusing on the high part of the vocal because the S's are found on the high band. So I was trying to find where my S's was right. So let's just play it and get over.
Feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Like a fan, fan for real. Nothing change. Nothing change for real. Oh, yeah. No, don't even come down to the hood no more.
Yeah, I'm really taking out the S's hard, right? Because like 10.5, like, you know what I'm saying. So the threshold was 19.9 decibels, negative 19.9 decibels. So this line right here, you see it moving. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So all right, next we had the stereo, man, like just from the word stereo, you know what I'm talking about. So let's listen to it with and without.
Feel you. Give me back the real you. Give me back the real you. Like a fan, fan for real. Nothing change. Nothing change for real. Oh, yeah. No, don't even come down to.
And then yeah, you can see I worked on the mix. I put on the mix a little bit down, like 60%, and I did it too with the reverb too. I think I did it with alright, I didn't do it with the reverb too, but yeah, I usually do it. So we had the last thing. This multi-band compressor was just like putting in like the little things that I think were like sounding a little bit down. As you can see, man, I boosted the low end a little bit, boosted the mids, and then boosted the highs, right? So with that, this is how it sounded.
Feel you, give me back the real you, give me back the real you. Like a fan, fan for real love, nothing change, nothing change for real love.
Alright, so you see the difference, and the same thing that I did for this track, I did for this track. We just put on back everything, right? I did for this track, I did for this track, same thing, nothing changed. And then I did for this track. As you can see, everything is to the 8, everything. So with that being said, all combined should sound like this.
I feel you, give me back the real you, give me back the real you. Like a fan, fan for real love, nothing change, nothing change for real love. Yeah, no, don't even come down to hope no more. So you think you are now, so you think you are now. Yeah, I still ride with it. Yeah, you won't ride with me. What? So we gon' call with it. Yeah, we gon' call with it. Yeah, we gon' call with it. I miss you. I miss you. I miss the real you.
But yeah, man, and yeah, if you're wondering like why it's like this, like you see it so like I just did like an exact replica, right? Like I recorded this lines first, then I recorded this one again, but just in the same way, right? It gives that like crowd type of like, it just gives a certain type of effect to the vocal that I really wanted to go for, like in this song in particular, right?